NHL 26 shifts from last year's more offensive-oriented innovations to focus more on goaltending. The result is a far more dynamic defensive AI and a new goalie system dubbed Crease Control. Tying all the iterations together is the collaboration with NHL's EDGE, which allows a stream of complex data points across real rinks into the virtual space of the game. While particular insights into franchise and Be a Pro mode aren't revealed at this time, there is a lot of additions and changes to this year's hockey game that's worth looking at. So here's everything that you need to know before purchasing NHL 26. Mix of generic and authentic face scans for player models. EA's NHL series still lags behind their other sports titles when it comes to player facial scans. Well, aside from college football, where the scanning of hundreds of team players just isn't feasible today. In previous NHL games, only breakout star players had their likeness meticulously and authentically scanned, relegating other players to one of two lesser options: AI scans or the uncanny generic character creation assets available to use in-game. NHL 26 is keeping this same structure, with more players getting the AI scan treatment than before, as seen through gameplay footage and previews. 80 new save animations. One aspect EA is adamant about improving is how goalies react and play. NHL 26 is practically overhauling the entire goalkeeping aspect of the game. The most immediately noticeable upgrades are the 80+ new save animations. Better yet, goalies can now interrupt an animation to react to surprise situations. This will make it more of an authentic challenge to score goals, but also allow much smoother and responsive gameplay when playing as a goalie yourself. Goalies behave with unique personalities. Despite the added variety, canned animations can still feel somewhat inauthentic if that's all that's driving the AI. NHL 26 has another way to keep goalies from feeling predictable and generic, and that's its new size-based behavior system. Now, the smaller goalies step out towards the ice to confront breakaway skaters with their positional agility, using stick pokes and other moves to act on the shot, while larger, more imposing goalies stick to the back of the net like a wall. Positional logic systems for goalies. But the big gameplay additions come in the form of what EA terms a positional logic system. Every veteran NHL gamer knows how effective, and in some cases broken, the quick cross-net one-timer is against AI goalies. Well, this year attempts to challenge that. Goalies now anticipate such opportunities by spreading across the net when the AI detects the possibility. This should not only provide better authenticity, but also allow more scores via fake passes and trick shots. New IceQ 2.0 uses real NHL EDGE data. Moving on from goalies to general skaters, an overhauled AI system dubbed IceQ 2.0 arrives for NHL 26. This is more than mere PR speak on behalf of EA. The NHL itself has partnered to give the series' first ever NHL EDGE real-time data. NHL EDGE is used to track various data points in real-life games, such as puck speed, skater acceleration, and puck score positions across infrared arena cameras. How NHL EDGE data is used in the game. All of this is being implemented into the game to better simulate player attributes, player tendencies, and the overall presentation and style. The game will use 14 infrared cameras to gather and track this data using the same system the real NHL does in their games. Unique player tendency habits. EA is also making an effort to differentiate players and make them more identifiable through their play. They're doing this through a new AI system dubbed tendencies. Tendencies are more subtle quirks, like wrapping the puck around tiny holes in the side of the net or powering through the center with confrontation in mind. These include some stat boosts, but are more driven by specific AI habits. With 22 tendencies at launch, there's a reasonable amount to differentiate players. More detailed broadcast presentations. Of course, where NHL EDGE makes its presence known in real-life hockey is the stat sheet and replay booth. And this is precisely how replays operate in NHL 26. Using all of that useful data, replays now show valuable info like puck speed along with a dozen other more in-depth stats. Expect a whole lot more info to be present during game broadcasts this time around. Nerfed vision control. NHL 25 heavily promoted its new vision control mechanic last year, and that's still here, but it's a nerfed version a bit. Vision control is a way to maintain forward posture and space around the ice in front of the neutral zone. The thing that's getting nerfed? Well, unlimited use without any downside. It was far too beneficial to just always use forward-facing vision control in an aggressive fashion. And now they've taken feedback, balanced things a bit, and are penalizing overusage of vision control. We don't know the specifics of how this is balanced, but it should keep gameplay more realistic and competitive. Addressing player feedback. The team at EA is doing more than just vision control adjustments. Following the feedback from last year's game, several gameplay functions have been tweaked and balanced. Toe drags, for example, are possible while skating backwards or sideways and not just when going forward. My favorite addition is a deception pass out or a fake shot, something that wasn't at all fluid or organic in previous games. Wrist shots aren't mentioned among the feedback items, which is disappointing considering how unnecessarily convoluted the control scheme was for wrist shots in NHL 25. Overhauled XFactors. XFactors no longer provide passive buffs to skaters. The focus this time around is on situational XFactors. Like other EA Sports games, these XFactors activate when a player is on a hot streak or in a high-pressure situation. The added situations here serve to make each individual skater more unique, dovetailing with the tendencies that were mentioned earlier. And for RPG fans, each XFactor has 3 tiers that can be leveled up for greater effects. NHL 26 has 28 XFactors in total, with more to come in future updates. Historic players added to HUT. For longtime NHL fans, the inclusion of all-time greats like Sergei Fedorov and Chris Pronger to HUT makes team building even more attractive. A range of historic players from the past get grouped into heroes and icons categories. There's 6 each at launch, with more to drop as the year progresses. Crossplay. While EA's NHL series is still limited to just PlayStation and Xbox platforms, at least crossplay works well between the 2 consoles. Crossplay will work within the WOC and HUT modes, allowing for both co-op and competitive play against friends through invitations and invites. Release times. The trend of staggered launch days continues and shows little signs of stopping. NHL 26 officially launches for retail worldwide on September 12th. That's a full 7 days after the early access period launches on September 5th, which is available only for Deluxe Edition buyers and members of EA Plus, who get a 10-hour early access demo. Platforms and editions. Like last year, EA's NHL game is available only on the PS5 and Xbox Series X and S. There's only 2 editions at launch: the basic $69.99 Standard Edition, including a HUT NHL Player Pack, 2 World of Chell Battle Pass XP boosts, and a Matthew Tkachuk item worth $99 overall. And the Deluxe Edition at $99.99, of which the price was suspiciously absent on the official website. This edition includes 7-day early access starting September 5th, 4,600 NHL points, HUT Starter Choice Pack 83 OVR, HUT NHL Player Pack, HUT Icon Choice Pack 86 OVR, HUT Heroes Choice Pack 84 OVR, Matthew Tkachuk 99 OVR item, World of Chell Vanity Set, and World of Chell Battle Pass XP Boost ×2. And that'll be about it for this one. If you guys like what we're doing at GamingBolt, please consider subscribing to our channel, and I'll see you guys on the next video.